Hey, you guys, I thought I'd share with you something that I found out the very hard way again, like my last video, working on something way more than it should have ever been worked on, but just not knowing the answer. I had my chain skipping a lot here on my Trek Excalibur bike, and it's got this Shimano Dior XT derailleur on it, which I was questioning when I looked at the picture of it. I thought maybe this is a clutch, but it has no clutch. There's no on and off clutch, which a clutch would like pull this back. So I went through all the steps that you find easily online, like making sure there's no stiff chain link, making sure that cassette isn't worn, because these cogs down here on the lowest gear here, on the smallest cog, they get worn out pretty easily. And so that would cause skipping of the chain as well. They call it like ghost shifting or phantom shifting. You know, it's just gonna ride up. It's gonna try to ride up onto the next gear. Mine wasn't riding up all the way, jumping onto the next one, but it was just kind of like ride up a little and then clunk down. And when you're riding in the dark on ice, like I am in Canada, trying to avoid trucks and cars on the road, making a turn and hoping you don't bail on ice, you don't really want to lose your footing. It's actually kind of dangerous. So I went to the bike shop and I tried numerous things for a long time, but it just got worse. So I changed the cassette, changed the chain. I had the bike shop put on the new chain, spent quite a bit of money there as they charged me for a tune-up and labor and everything. And they put on a new front ring here, and they also put on a new front derailleur. You know, they were just trying to diagnose as well. So then after I had spent a lot, I was like, well, I don't want to spend any more on labor, but they sold me these pulley wheels, and I threw them on. We were just trying to get like a tighter fit for the chain, and really just not knowing, like having done the indexing, setting the high offset screw there. You can see this high offset screw with doing indexing properly. You know, I got them to index it in case I was doing that wrong, and just feeling like if the derailleur was really off, they had changed the cable. I forgot to mention, make sure the tension on the cable and having the housing changed means that it's going to get the tightest and the proper shifting there from the shifter up front here. Oh, chain alignment is another one, making sure that the chain alignment is right. There's also this B screw, you know, that B tension screw. You can't really see from here, but if you look up online more about that, it's got to be touching this part of the derailleur in here, that it kind of it has to be the exact right measurement. So get the bike shop to do that maybe, or get the right tool to measure the exact right measurement there. But I just kind of fluked and adjusted that exactly right today. Maybe it wasn't going in and out, so I sprayed it with WD-40 and did different things to, like the trigger points they call them, like just trying to maneuver it, even loosening up this screw to make sure WD-40 got in there, so that as it kind of moves around there on that, you can see that it got looser. But that didn't even work. So, but as a last ditch attempt before, possibly just getting rid of this bike, thinking that it was a lemon, I figured, well, why don't I just do WD-40 again? What do I got to lose? Just try that again. Just cleaning the chain and stuff, cleaning this really good. WD-40 just again and again, really getting like the gunk that gets in there out. And you guys, I was able to put my full weight on it in this smallest cog, in the hardest gear today, even going up a hill, just really standing up on the bike. And I think it's because it's now bouncing back into its proper position now, even though it's shifted up, it's now hugging back. It's kind of like, you can see here, it's snapping. You can hear it's snapping back into place. And what I thought I noticed this morning before I sprayed WD-40 is that it was kind of just like sitting softly. So I think it wasn't snapping right back into place. So I wanted to share this on this video because I think now your situation with the chain just not being tight, like I mentioned before, if you have that clutch, it would pull back on here and it'll make it tight. It'll have some friction back here and it'll pull on this chain and make the chain tighter. And that's why, like, if you have that kind of derailleur, or if your derailleur is really shot, maybe get one of those derailleurs just so it hugs the chain tight, and then you don't have any kind of slap or bouncing of the chain like at all. I found that even just the littlest bit of that made it at least every few rotations made it try to ride up and skip on me, and it was such a pain. And so I really suggest, I even took like a wire just to try to diagnose this a couple days ago. I wired this up back here just to see if it was the derailleur. By doing that, I was able to see, yeah, by pulling this back and by adding tension to the chain, it wasn't skipping on me. So that's why I knew like it was a derailleur. That's what really got me onto that. Thanks for watching.